So guys, today is a very exciting day. I've just picked up my Grail G-Shock and it's even better than I thought. This is the incredible limited edition MTG B2000 PH-2A, aka the Blue Phoenix. And in this video, I'll be showing you everything it has to offer and all of the reasons why I love this thing so much. Let's jump in. So those of you familiar with the channel will know that I've harped on about this watch a lot in recent years, but let's take a step back and kick off with a little bit of history. MTG, otherwise known as Metal Twisted Gear, is a line that has long served as a hotbed of innovation for G-Shock. MTGs are all about combining the rugged strength of steel with the resilience of carbon fibre, creating a fortress to protect that quartz module within. And in recent years, G-Shock have taken their innovation one step further by experimenting with the use of rather punchy bold colours to create a line of timepieces within that family that are nothing short of extraordinary. For example, in 2019, the MTG B1000RB was unveiled at Baselworld, surprising not only G-Shock fans with its use of rainbow IP treatment, but most enthusiasts around the world. That model was a huge hit, so in response to this success, G-Shock continued that momentum by announcing the Volcanic Lightning in 2020, which once again followed suit. Then in 2021, we were blessed with the introduction of this awesome Blue Phoenix. So naturally, when they released, they sold out immediately. I didn't pick one up and instantly regretted it. Then to make matters worse, they were selling for double if not triple and beyond almost straight after. They retailed for a price of £999 or $1,100, which, while a good chunk of change of course, for something like this is very reasonable and very much in line with other MTGs. Paying 2Gs, however, would have been a harder pill to swallow. So I waited and scoured the secondary market until the right one at the right price made itself be known. I even recently picked up the newer MTG Aurora Oval, which I thought might somewhat fill the void, scratch an itch, etc. That one is awesome too, but the heart wants what the heart wants, right? Anyway, the day finally came when I found a brand new one on eBay being moved on by a fellow collector that I ended up paying £1,200 for, which when they're still selling comfortably for $1,500 plus was something I was very chuffed with. This one also came with eBay's authenticity guarantee, which made things even better. A great service by the way, not an ad but certainly offers that extra peace of mind when making a significant purchase. Once it arrived, naturally it needed a whole lot of sun, which we rarely see in the UK, so this was quite difficult. However, we did get a glimpse the other day, so I sat this in the window for about half a day until this beauty sprung into action. Let's do the same and dive into its design and functionality, shall we? So, as the name states, the design ethos of the Blue Phoenix is all about blending the myth with the modern, infusing the symbolism of rebirth while embracing cutting-edge materials and techniques. As such, the MTG B2000 PH features this incredibly striking iridescent case and bezel. Just look at that. This mesmerizing appearance is achieved by applying special rainbow ionic plating techniques that create shimmering hues to evoke flames and the mythical bird that arises from them. One of the many incredible things about this is that each watch has its own unique expression of that process, meaning that no two watches are the same, which is just awesome. Another cool thing about this piece is that because the bezel structure is separate from the case itself, that gradation is effectively applied twice, meaning you get the ember-esque orange blazed from both top to bottom as well as from left to right, giving the watch yet another dimension and even more presence. Then to further elevate the allure of these metal components, what's known as Salaz polishing techniques are employed, resulting in mirror smooth surfaces that, I know it's cliche, but catch the light just right. And with all this going on, it's worth noting that G-Shock never forget their tough DNA by adding in those rugged exposed screws that along with the buttons and screw lock crown are presented in this contrasting yet complementing gold IP. Underneath its captivating exterior, the Blue Phoenix boasts a robust construction that combines a carbon monocoque case with a stainless steel frame, all coming together to achieve a structure that's vibration, centrifugal force and shock resistant, aka G-Shock's Triple G Resist. Flipping this watch around, on its case back, you'll see the watch's model information while it also boasts a whole load of its features, and rather notably its 200 meter water resistance as well as its sapphire crystal glass. And looking right through that, the same bold multicolour application that adorns the case finds its way onto the hands, indices and subdials as well. The Blue Phoenix's subdials offer a lot of functionality with a lot of flair, from day and mode indicators to a secondary time zone display, all of which popping against its dark backdrop. Then we have the date window nicely nestled in at 4:30. And when the lights get low, we have no trouble telling the time, as that's when its loomed hands and indices come to life. I can't get over how good this thing looks. Anyway, jumping out of this case, nicely brushed connectors lead into its deep navy urethane strap, which I actually thought was black at first. However, it is blue and in fact even translucent, apparently, although you're not seeing much through this. In any case, it looks great and in usual G-Shock fashion is incredibly smooth and wraps around the wrist perfectly, offering a load of adjustment holes for almost any wrist size. For me, the dark colour of this strap just perfectly complements all of those popping colours on top. A bit more on these colours. It's worth mentioning that while using a palette of bold blues and fiery reds to try and encapsulate the moment of a blue phoenix emerging from the ashes, this watch isn't as loud as you might think, especially in comparison to that MTG B3000 I mentioned earlier. This B2000 is of course still very punchy, but surprisingly somewhat subtle at the same time, just as I feel it's every bit rugged yet luxurious at the same time. Truly an awesome piece. And of course, it comes packed full of functionality too, including your more everyday features such as a stopwatch, countdown timer, dual time, alarm, and its impressive LED backlight, which very nicely illuminates the Phoenix's face. Then we have the main three big hitters, including tough solar, multiband 6 and Bluetooth for phone pairing capabilities, which can then sync up with the G-Shock Connected app to open up more of its features such as automatic time adjustment. You can expand your world time cities to 300, you'll gain access to the phone finder function and a whole lot more. And all of this comes together and measures at 55.1mm in length, 49.8mm in width and 15.9mm thick, weighing approximately 127 grams, which I feel for a G-Shock especially perfectly strikes that balance between presence and wearability. Not that you'd opt for something like this as a daily, but you could. This is obviously one more for special occasions, but nevertheless, it's certainly going to grab attention whenever you wear it. Which brings me on very nicely to my overall verdict. Well, I say verdict, this is more of a roundup as I knew I'd love it from the outset. I've been obsessed with the Blue Phoenix since it released and so glad to finally get it on the wrist. However, I didn't think I could love it anymore. From its mystical colours to its intricate detail, its robust construction yet refined finish, this limited edition has got to be one of the most beautiful G-Shocks out there. And just like the metal Casiokes, it's one of those that offers a luxury aesthetic that many struggle to believe is in fact a G-Shock. And going beyond that, the fact that every one of these watches is effectively piece unique makes it even more special. I'm buzzing to finally have this in my collection. And now I mention it, I feel like this is a good time to finally share the entire thing with you all. So stay tuned as I'll be getting the whole collection together and sharing that video very soon. If you enjoyed this one, please give it a like and hit that subscribe button and let me know your thoughts down below. Thanks so much for your continued support guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.